An American professor has been put on leave for speaking a dangerous word in Chinese. Welcome back to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Here's a story that I can't believe is real. But of course it is. A USC professor was placed on leave for saying a Chinese word that sounds like the N-word. Greg Patton was teaching a 3-week communication course online, and during one class, he discussed filler words in other languages, things like or like. And at the risk of having this entire YouTube channel shut down, here's the video.
You have a lot of or ers, and this is culturally specific. So based on your native language, like in China, the common word is that. So in China, it might be nega.
That Chinese word is these two characters. And some of the black students on the call with the USC professor were offended by him using that word. So they wrote to the school dean, saying there are over 10,000 characters in the Chinese written language, and to use this phrase, a clear synonym with this derogatory N-word term, is hurtful and unacceptable. Hold on. I see a big problem here with our educational system. Those students clearly don't know what a synonym is, because this is not a synonym for the N-word. Patton was right when he said it means that and is considered a filler word in Chinese. Apparently, some students in one class had told the professor that they didn't like his use of the word, but he kept on using it. I mean, how dare he use one of the most common words in Mandarin, a word that 1 billion Chinese people say every single day? Well, the students who wrote the letter also claimed that Patton mispronounced the word. They said they asked Chinese students, who confirmed that the pronunciation of this word is much different than what Professor Patton described in class. The word is most commonly used with a pause in between both syllables. That's not true. To be fair, though, there are two pronunciations of this word. It's also sometimes pronounced like this, which is how most people learn it in Chinese class. But many Chinese people pronounce it the way that Patton did, and it's not used with a pause between the syllables. Well, the professor was taken off the course and suspended, and the dean of the business school wrote to students saying it is simply unacceptable for faculty to use words in class that can marginalize, hurt, and harm the psychological safety of our students. And finally, thanks to the brave actions of these students and the USC Business School dean, centuries of racism and discrimination against black people in America has finally come to an end. Great job, everyone. Unfortunately, it's now causing racism and discrimination against Chinese people. There is now a counter letter signed by almost 100 USC students and alumni defending Patton, including his pronunciation of the Chinese word. It also compares what happened to Patton to the institutional insanity that occurred during the Cultural Revolution in China. A separate petition against Patton's suspension claims that the complaint against him dismisses the fact that Chinese is a real language and has its own pronunciations that have no relation to English. So the dean of the business school has now apologized for that as well, writing in an email that it was absolutely not my intention to cast any aspirations on specific Mandarin words or Mandarin generally. Well, problem solved then, right? Except some students are saying that the dean is just creating a facade of activism and solidarity, and that while the administration fails to address real racial issues in our community, it increases the divide between the Asian and black communities on campus. It sounds like the USC Business School dean needs to take a communication class. And that's it for this episode of America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.